Well, hello, glue troopers. I didn't bother to put on my Max's Model shirt because paint on my hands and everything. I did wear gloves today, but I still just handling stuff got paint all over me. I don't want to mess it up. And it was our 18th anniversary today. We had a wonderful lunch, but my wife and I, when we're done with all the festivities, decided to go do the things we love. She's working on her dolls, and I'm working on my models. So I hope this mic's working. If not, I'm going to have to re-record all this. Short version. I got working on the Douglas Royal Cruiser and the tails, and I tried those decals. I tried using setting solution and everything else, and a few of the decals went on without an argument, and they did have some overlap so that you could move them around the corners and marry up nicely. But they'd gotten so stiff and brittle that even with like Solvaset or Mark Fit, if you tried to bend them, they just broke. And I tried painting one, and although it didn't come out perfect, it looked a lot better than with the decals. One of the two of the decals did lay down nicely, but it was out of sync with the rest of them, so I just decided to go ahead and strip everything off, redo the tails, and paint all of them with the Tricolore, the tricolor. They're not perfect, but they look a lot better than those nasty decals. And I got to tell you, it was an interesting experience. I did a lot of experimenting, tried a lot of stuff. A lot of decal restore. I was able to get a lot of them on in one piece. Some of them broke. Extremely delicate. But they actually give you decals for 5 airplanes because there were 5 World Cruisers. 4 went on the trip, 2 were lost en route, and then 1 joined the last part of the trip. But there were 5 airframes. 1 was a training airframe. So 3 airplanes made it back at the finish line, 2 of which had gone all the way around the world. Well, the point is that they actually, even though you only get 4 airplanes, you get 5 sets of decals. And that's great because I was instead of trying to take off, replace, I just overlaid one over that broken up star into the wing. The ones on the top of the wing laid down without any trouble. I did use some micro set to prep the wing. It seems like the big problem was adhesion. Once they started to dry out, they started flaking off the airplane in spots. Now, some of it may have been because I used, just because I was a quick and dirty solution, I was using this Krylon to paint some doll hands for my wife. And I thought, with these tails, what I'll do is I'll shoot the whole horizontal stabilizer and rudder in white. Then when I paint them, all I have to do is put the olive drab acrylic, the mix, over the white on the fin, and then I can lay a piece of tape down to protect the white section. Then I just airbrush in the blue and airbrush in the red. And that's essentially what I did. I tried a couple different techniques, but that's basically what I did. And it worked adequately. Like I say, they're not perfect. I made my 1/72 scale. Everything's real tiny. I made my boo-boos. But, the one reason I went ahead and tried to use the decals was I didn't realize they have, Douglas Royal Cruiser imprinted across the tail. There's no way I can do that on here. I'm not going to try. And it's so small you can't hardly see it without a magnifying glass. But I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. But I think part of the adhesion problem, was this Krylon paint, which is a paint and primer mix. The decals didn't really want to seem to stick to it that well, but they stick to the acrylic paint, the model airplane paint, without too much trouble. I've heard it said that gloss paints are actually what decals stick best to, and that may explain a few things why they stick to the wings, because that's sort of a semi-gloss gloss yellow that's on there. But they stuck to the acrylic on the bottom, which was a air sprayed on olive drab flat. So anyway, it's coming together. I had to mix up some more of the olive drab. Trying to match it was a trick. I now have a couple of jars here with 2 different shades. One of them's close enough I don't think you can tell the difference. I use that to go ahead and paint the pontoons. But they're still, now that's just a primer coat, because I'm still going to putty them, sand them down, and then repaint them. But I would like I did with other parts of this airplane, I like having that undercoat on there. It really helps out. The other stuff that just got struts in and everything. Haven't started doing any rigging yet, but one of them's starting to look like an airplane now, and that's where we're at with that. It was a fun day of modeling. I need to go wash up, but tomorrow is my birthday, so I don't know what I'll be doing tomorrow. And I mean, we're having a party and everything. I probably won't get anything done. I don't even know if I'll get any content out, but don't, it's no biggie. We'll do it again next, whenever I get a chance again. So lots of days off. I got my trip to Chicago coming up, so content's going to be a little dodgy. One thing I want to get out before I go to Chicago is the next viewers build. Got another Corsair, so that'll be in the viewers build instead of the another Corsair build because it's the only one. So a beautiful job too, though, by the way. Oh, let's see. Is there anything else? I believe that is everything for today. Mostly painting, a little building. One thing about this Williams kit, I know it's old. I said it before, I'll say it again. Ton of flash. I'm spending more time scraping off flash off of things like struts and stuff like that, which are real easy to mess up, very difficult. 170 to not mess up, difficult to not mess up. And I tend to use an X-Acto knife to get rid of a lot of it. You have to be careful because you can easily gouge out a strut or something. And sanding, just physically holding on to something that's small and linear when you're sanding, it's a real trick. So you gotta be real careful. But it is coming together, and that's where we're at. So guys, I'll see you later. Take care of yourselves, and as always, model on. Hey, what's up? Did you dress like that for the evening video? Yeah, I just shot the afternoon video. I got paint all over me while I was working on the models. What are you trying to make this the ghetto model channel? Wow, somebody's swinging over the fences. What's with the tood, dude? I've told you. I want to class this joint up. You ain't helping. You know what? I've had enough. What are you, clone number 3? I've had enough of this. Where is it? Well, excuse me. Well, I got a solution for that problem. Missed me. Yeah, you better run. Landmines.